Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome on back to the studio, to the channel Football Therapy, with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that, friend. And welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series. Huh? That's right, you know what's coming here on the channel, where I reflect on the news, or what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, asking for your opinion as well. More importantly, John Cross of the Mirror reporting Chelsea to make 2 marquee signings amidst a mega rebuild. So is that suggesting a bunch of players and then 2 superstars on top in terms of profile? Because that would be exciting. And we're going to reflect on an article off the Mirror as well, talking about certain players that need to be addressed, which is going to be interesting, I think. Settle in, get comfortable. Please do drop a like to show your sweet love and support. And you're all, I can't speak. You are all, of course, welcome to subscribe to this channel. Should you choose to do so, hit the bell and notifications icon. Right then. Before we speak about these potential marquee signings, in fact, let me just give you the quote first. I'm reading this from Absolute Chelsea on Twitter. Those close to Chelsea takeover bid believe Todd Boehly wants to make 2 marquee signings to strengthen the squad significantly this summer, which is in line with Thomas Tuchel's... 2 marquee signings and strengthen the squad significantly this summer, which is in line with Thomas Tuchel's vision. Thomas Tuchel's vision is having a squad, and the fact how we've lost so many players, you know, it's important. So this is coming from John Cross from the Mirror. So yes, that implies a decent amount of new additions to the squad, whether that is recalling loanees and signings, but 2 marquee signings, statement signings, big name players. And we can speculate on that profile of player in just a moment. We'll talk about that shortly, and we can, speculate who these kind of players are, what position they're going to play in. And in fact, by doing this next part first, that would be easier for us to ascertain. So I'm going to reference, to be honest, I'm not even going to read it, I'm just referencing an article from John T. Coleman on the Mirror, talking about certain players. We might read a little bit, actually. But he's going through certain players that need to be addressed this summer under the new ownership for a multitude of reasons. Because maybe they're expensive players not playing, maybe they're on a high salary. This is all huge problems at Chelsea Football Club at the moment. Starting off with Kepa Arrizabalaga. Goalkeeper Kepa arrived in Chelsea in 2018 for a club record fee of 71.6 million, and of course he remains to be the most expensive goalkeeper of all time. He's only played 11 Premier League appearances in the last 2 seasons. Wow. I know he's played a few, but that really is not much. Losing his place to Senegalese stopper Edouard Mendy. He still has 3 years left on his deal. He signed a 7-year deal with Chelsea because they're like, right, he's really expensive. The longer we sign him onto a deal, the more you can amortize his transfer fee every year. I think that's how financial fair play works. So I think that was like, plus you protect an asset that you maybe want to sell. So he's still got 3 years left in his contract. But Tuchel starting to pick Mendy over Kepa in cup matches, which won't keep him, he'll be unhappy about. The Blues may look to cash in on the Spaniard. Yes, Kepa done and dusted for me. I like him. I like his character, and I like how he's come up in big moments. But he can be a number 1 somewhere, probably for an upper mid-table club in Spain. Maybe a top 4 club in Spain. Why not, actually? Not Barca, Atletico Madrid, or Real Madrid, but maybe like a Sevilla or something. You could see him being like the starting goalkeeper there. I know Maurizio Sarri was actually quite interested in bringing him to Lazio with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, because obviously they were both good for him at Chelsea. We'll see what happens there. Moving on, Cesar Azpilicueta. He's won it all with Chelsea, but could be in the final week playing for the Blues. Uncertainty surrounding his future. Of course, we've reported on this before. He loves Chelsea, but he wants to leave, reports suggest, and we as fans could probably understand that, considering he's won everything with Chelsea. He's captained us to a European Cup win. He's won the Club World Cup. He's won every trophy available. He's got the opportunity to get, a longer term deal with Barcelona on good money. You'd sort of think about it. Even Ampadu, interesting one. That's sort of cool. It makes for an interesting conversation, because for a while Ampadu looked like The real deal. Defender Ethan Ampadu has spent the season out on loan in Serie A with Venezia, but failed to help them avoid relegation out of Italy's top flight. Last season, he also played in the relegated Premier League on loan team Sheffield United on loan. Ampadu can play centre-back, central midfield, and other positions as well. May have the versatility on his side, but he's not played for Chelsea in any of the last 3 seasons, suggesting an exit might be likely. There's a lot of people that really do believe in Ethan Ampadu. He's played for Chelsea. I think under Sarri he played right back, centre mid. I think he might have played as one of the number 8s as well. Played all over the gaff. Sheffield hate sending our players to relegated team to be relegated. We sent Ruben Loftus-Cheek to get relegated. We sent Billy Gilmour to get relegated. We sent Ethan Ampadu to get relegated twice. I've had enough. Interesting. I'll be keen to hear what you guys think. So there's Jake Clark-Salter as well. Centre-back Jake Clark-Salter spent the last 3 seasons on loan in the Championship. His contract expires at Stamford Bridge this season. Reports suggest he's been offered a deal. Yeah, I think that's probably it for him. Malang Sarr, has obviously featured at points this season. Thomas Tuchel has trusted him at points this season. He's had good, surprising performances when we've gone, maybe a decent backup to Rudiger here on that left side. A couple of good defensive performances, notably in that when we won 1-0 against Brentford and we were just being battered constantly and Edouard Mendy was being Superman in goal. But Malang Sarr was very good as well. He has also been awful. French centre-back Malang Sarr has played 20 times this season. That's a lot, considering he didn't have a squad number in the summer. But just 7 of those outings have been in the Premier League. Sometimes used as wing-back, more of a left-back. Sarr is now low on the pecking order, but with Rudiger and Christensen going, perhaps even more to follow, Sarr may get the chance to earn more minutes next term. Interesting. I'll be really keen to hear what people think. Personally, I don't think he's good enough. I think we'll sell or loan him. Matt Miazga, we're going to, try and sell or loan him. Baba Rahman, again, the same. A lot of people calling for him to be tried at left wing back. For me, he's not good enough. Keeping on the wing back, full back, Juan Castillo. Dutch wing back Castillo has left the Blues on loan 6 times. Whoa, I thought he was still quite young, despite being just 22. There you go. 6 loans, and he's only 22. His contract also runs out this summer. Are we going to give him a new one? Probably not. And then Marcus Alonso. We know all about Marcus Alonso. He wants to go, like Aspi probably will this summer. Emerson, interesting. So Emerson may be an option to come back and be the rotational left wing back. Now Leon, I don't think Leon are exercising the right to buy him. Bakayoko, pass. Johnny Drinkwater, pass. Conor Gallagher, yes, good. Although there's been some concern over his form in the latter stages of the season, though for a while he looked absolutely incredible, like a phenom in the middle of the pitch, but faded a little bit. I know Thomas Tuchel really likes him, and I think very much he'll be in the squad. Billy Gilmour is an interesting case, like Ethan Ampadu. The thing is with Billy Gilmour, he was so good under Lampard. Man of the match all the time. I'm not going to wax lyrical about Billy Gilmour. I've done it so many times on the channel. That's not me saying he needs to come and start in the midfield now, but we've seen him absolutely boss it in the Premier League in the midfield. He'll be looked at in pre-season, but he's still only 20. Man, he's so young, dude. Yeah, see what happens. Saul Niguez, he'll go back to Spain. Ross Barkley, he's not got no chance. Kennedy, he's got no chance either. So a lot of those guys have got to go. Oh, finally 2 strikers. Michy Batshuayi. Yeah. Has he got a chance, guys? No. Even he was a bit of a cult hero for a while, Batshuayi. He had a really good goals to minutes ratio off the bench to Diego Costa. And maybe people thought, who knows, he could be okay, but nah, it's not the one, is he? And of course, Armando Broja, he's failed to score in any of his last 13 Premier League appearances. But Southampton have tailed off massively. They basically got to mid-table, we're not going to get relegated, and then they've just been crap ever since, haven't they? And Broja's had to deal with being part of that team. Is he the one to come in and score loads of goals? I don't know. He could be useful. He should be considered in the squad. I mean, maybe another loan, or I'd love Bria to go to like Dortmund or something on loan, but I'm not sure they'll take him. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with 2 speculated marquee signings and a bunch of rotational. So you think if a midfielder goes, whether Jorginho or Kante, we'll keep an eye on that story as it develops. You think, and Sal Niguez will go, that's like, you need 2 in. So you need a Conor Gallagher and or Billy Gilmour. And really you need a signing in the midfield, whether it be Declan Rice or Tchouaméni or whoever. You need 2 centre-backs. And of course, these could be where the statement signings are. When you speak about marquee signings, one could very well be Sevilla's Jules Koundé. Now, that might not feel exciting and sexy. 1, because he's a centre-back. 2, because we've been linked with him for a long time and it's not fresh and exciting. And 3, because Jules Koundé isn't like Galactico, is he? But he's very young and he sometimes, he starts for France, world champions. So, and the manager wants him and it'll cost a lot of money, so that makes it a marquee signing. Well, I'm very happy about that. And another centre-back. Whether those 2 will be the marquee signings, or you buy like a lesser known centre back and a Jules Koundé, and then another marquee signing will be in the middle of the pitch, like I said, a Tchouaméni or a Declan Rice. But then again, we've been linked to loads of attackers. If Chelsea sign a Rafinha, I know he plays for Leeds, but he's Barcelona want him, Man United want him, Chelsea want him. That's a marquee signing. Of course, there is Ousmane Dembele, we've spoken about on this channel at length, plays for Barcelona. They want to sign him to a new deal. He's still quite young. Tuchel loves him. This guy cost £130 million or something ridiculous, and he's still young and he starts for France. What more can you say about that? That would certainly be a marquee signing. For me, I'd like, so on top of Christensen, Rudiger, Alonso and Aspi goes, I wouldn't cry. Well, I'd be sad Rudiger's going, but I'd understand 4 players going. And there's loads of additional players that we reeled off there. Out of the squad, we could have like 8 or 9 going. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe more. And then, possibly Gilmour, if we can get him a better Premier League loan. I'd be really keen to get your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Who should go on loan? Who should be sold? And where should we reinforce? Because I want to hear what you guys think about Ampadu and Gilmour now. Because there was a time when those guys, they're still kids as well. This is the mad thing. It's like Callum Hudson-Odoi. I looked at Callum Hudson-Odoi's chance creation per 90 this season, and it's really high. Like, it's really high. And, I know he hasn't played much, hence the per 90. And I was looking at how old he is, and I was thinking, he's got to be like, getting into his early mid-20s now. He's 21 still. Hudson-Odoi's been around the Chelsea first team since he was 17. And he's 21 now, and it almost feels like he's over the hill. He's 21. He's not going to reach his prime for years, and he's already got so much experience and training around the first team, and he's posting creative numbers. So it's really interesting to see what happens with him. It's an exciting time, man. This squad is going to be this squad change, this transfer window is going to be evolutionary. And we're going to cover every single darn thing here on the channel. So make sure you are subscribed and you press the bell so you don't miss a beat, because there's a lot to get through. I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Keep it locked. I will keep you guys posted as soon as there's some interesting and intriguing reports for us to react to. Alright, peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.